Now here's another 10. So now I've got another 20 right already.
How fast is this? This is amazing. God, I love this thing. Honest to freaking God.
What is ChatGPT? It is the fastest growing app of all time. I'm just going to put this up here just to give you a little visual. So ChatGPT, and listen, they got to rename this sucker because saying ChatGPT over and over is very difficult. So ChatGPT had 100 million active users in only 2 months. Okay. TikTok took 9 months to get there. So that's how quickly people have been adopting ChatGPT into their worlds. And so I look at it more like a software. It's like a tool that you can use to do many different things, right? It doesn't necessarily think on its own. Yes, it is built on AI, but AI is not at a point where it can necessarily think on its own and create new thoughts. I look at it like a software. It's a tool that you can use to help you do different things, right? So it does not, like I said, it doesn't think on its own necessarily, have its own little mind. We're not there yet. It's not doing that. However, what I love about it is that my brain knows what it knows, right? And it thinks the way that it thinks. So my brain works in its own little box, where ChatGPT knows a lot more than I know, has many plethora of places that it's taking information from. So what I like to use it for is to push me outside of my box, right? So it gets me thinking in very different ways. And even some of the ideas and things it comes up with, I may not use them, but it pushes me in a whole different direction that I never would have gone in because my brain just would not have gotten me there. It would never have started me down that path. Okay, so that's kind of how I look at it. I'm just looking over here, TJ. Microsoft is calling it Copilot.
Oh, see, that's easy to say. Copilot. I like that. That's nice.
Who am I really quickly? I don't want to waste a lot of time here. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of who I am. So I basically help my clients make stuff that matters. I could go into this in more detail, but basically I've been developing web designs, marketing strategies, things like that since 2001. I started my full-time business in 2013. My agency is called Brashberry, and I help people do a plethora of things. I really love efficiency. I love accountability. I love productivity, and I love projects. Any kind of projects, I love it. Okay, so that's why I think I love ChatGPT so much, because it is super helpful for so many of these things. And I love ideas. I love just ideas, coming up with ideas. I love using my brain for things like that. So it's become my best friend.
There you go.
Okay, so what is prompting? Prompting is the magic that makes ChatGPT give you what you want, okay? So it's really important that we are good at prompting, okay? Because if your prompts suck, you're only going to get crappy stuff, okay? So the results you get from ChatGPT are only as good as the questions and prompts you give it. But I want to actually show you an example so you can kind of understand and see what I mean by this. Let me just find my right screen. Okay. In here, hopefully you can see this, but basically I started with sort of like a crappy prompt, okay? Crappy prompt, which basically says, give me ideas on coaching. Okay, kind of crappy. And so it did, give me some ideas: goal setting, time management, communication skills, leadership development, emotional intelligence, career development, personal growth. So, okay, some ideas, great. And then let me just make that bigger. I feel like I don't know if that actually helps if it's bigger, because if you're on the little screen, it won't really matter. But okay. So then you're sort of getting a little bit better with your prompt. So you're saying, give me topics on how leadership coaching can help you. Okay, so now it starts talking about self-awareness, improving communication skills, managing conflict, developing a strategic mindset, building resilience, leading with empathy, developing a growth mindset. Okay, so that's better. But a better prompt, an even better prompt, is help me come up with creative and engaging ways on how leadership coaching can help business owners make a positive impact on their growth. Now we get things like vision board exercises, role-playing exercises, doing a SWOT analysis. So it's actually saying to me, have the business owner create a visual representation of their goals and aspirations for their business, right? So it's really starting to understand what I'm looking for. So that's why prompting is so critical. We have to be really good at our prompts. Otherwise, it's going to give you blah, right? So we don't want blah. We want specific, targeted, detailed information that will actually help us do what we want to do. Now we're going to actually get into the doing. Okay. So we're going to have 5 sort of prompts that we're going to go through, 5 prompt activities to generate content that is targeted. And I'm going to show you how we do this to pull sort of very specific types of content from ChatGPT. And because we're doing 5, the goal is to kind of pull 20 from each one. Okay, and then you'll have 100. Now, having said that, you could use only one of these options and just keep diving deeper, and you can easily generate more and more targeted content. So it's going to be fun. This part's going to be fun. Okay, so the first one is pain points. Okay, so pain points, I'm going to start a new chat here. And I'm going to leave it at the default. I'm not going to switch over to ChatGPT 4 right now. I'm just going to leave it with the default for you because that's the easiest one, especially if you're on free. So we're going to start prompting it. And I'm going to copy and paste this prompt into the chat. So this is the prompt I'm going to use. And I'm just going to fill out. So anything that has those square brackets, you're going to have to change that to your focus item or your item. So I'm going to put, instead of this, I'm going to say act as I'm going to put female freelance copywriter, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. That would hire and let's say, let's just go business coach to keep it simple. Okay, so there we go. Now I've asked it, I said, so this now says, act as a female freelance copywriter that would hire a business coach. Tell me how you feel, what your challenges are, what pain you are experiencing physically and emotionally, and what you want to feel better. Use bullet points. I always like bullet points. Because what I'm looking for right now are the actual pain points. Because if you don't know what your client's pain points are, this is how we can start to find out what those pain points are. So I'm just going to hit enter. It's going to work. I'm going to come back to you guys and just see. We're all good. Okay. So as you can see now, it is giving me what I asked, right? It's giving me the information. So it's giving me feelings, challenges, pains, desired outcomes. So I can really start saying, okay, where are we struggling? What are the problems, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste, say, these, the feelings. I'm going to copy those. And then I'm just going to paste them into the next thing. But then I'm going to take my second prompt, which I'm going to put in here. This is prompt 2. I should have prefaced these with something so that you would know going back what these are for. But it didn't. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to just paste it at the beginning of that. Anytime you work in this little chat box, if you want to add a space or like a new paragraph, just make sure you hit Shift Enter because otherwise it will just submit. So Shift Enter so I can see the differences. So using those pain points, or like I said, you can copy and paste them in. Give me topics, listicles, how-tos, depends on what you're looking for here. So I'm just going to stick with topics. Okay, and it gives you some ideas. You can keep kind of using different ways here. And I want you to be, maybe conversational with that. Okay, and I always like matter of fact, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to delete everything else. Use a matter of fact voice. Okay, so using those pain points can be topics, ideas that would relate to, I deleted this out. That relate to them. Be conversational and use matter-of-fact voice. I don't know if the prompt, did I actually miss that word? Relate to them. That should say relate to them. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so here, now these are topic ideas that are focused on all of these pain points, okay? So we've got 5 time management tips, attracting new clients, beginner's guide to marketing your freelance business. So we're using the idea of the coach and what they're talking about, pulling in and thinking about those pain points, how to overcome common challenges faced by freelance copywriters. So once we have this, you can do one of two things. You can say, give me more ideas. Keep it super simple. Give me more ideas. I would add something else like be more creative and outside the box. Okay. So then we'll see, what does that come up with, right? So now we've got mastering the art of cold pitching, the mind-body connection, freelancer's copywriting guide to negotiating like a pro, right? So we're building all these things. Now, even better if you're more specific, because maybe you really like coaching on, mind-body connection. So what you can do is actually take those, like even this one, and just copy that and say, give me more ideas related to this and related to this, and just copy and paste that one. And then it will start pulling out different ones that are sort of more focused on that mind body connection. Does that make sense? So already though, you've got 10, possibly 20, 30 possible content ideas already. However, that was only option 1. We have 4 more to get through. That's why I'm just going to keep going. So now I have gone into YouTube. So what you want to do is you want to find a YouTube channel or a YouTube personality or multiple YouTube personalities, channels, businesses, whatever, that post content fairly regularly and have a pretty good audience that's following them. And then you're going to find them on YouTube, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to use Marie Forleo for a lot of this going forward. That way we keep sort of the same topic-ish, so that you can see how we're continually building more and more content all under the same sort of umbrellas. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your competitor's page on YouTube, and you're going to click on the videos option, okay? Sort of right here. It's going to show all the videos, but then you're going to see there's 2 options. Now, once in a while this is gone, and I'm pretty sure they pay to have this removed or something. I don't really know why that happens, but these are in the order of recently uploaded. But what I want to know are what are the popular videos. So I'm going to click on this popular option. And now I can see which of her videos have been the most popular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to find a couple of these that are really related to what I do and I feel would really relate to the audience that I know that I work with. Okay, so you might say like, okay, there's this tapping technique that's interesting. How to be a great leader. So you can start like, I would just like copy this. So you can copy that one. And we're going to go, I'm just going to paste some of them in here. Something left behind. That would be a good one too. How to stop caring about things that don't matter. New beliefs. Let me grab this one. Money beliefs that limit your wealth. Okay, we'll take that one. I'm just going to do 2 for now. That's fine. Okay. And then our prompt is, I'm going to paste that, and then I'm going to say again, what do you want? I'm just going to stick with topics. Use a matter-of-fact voice. Okay. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so then it's going to start pulling some more ideas, but it's feeding off the information that I just gave it in that prompt. Does that make sense? And it's giving me a lot. Oh, this time it wants to give me 20. Sure. Okay, good. So we've got all these new ones. So now you've got another 20 topics right here. Okay. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Again, kind of going back with what I just showed you, you can copy and paste any one of these into the box and say, give me more like this. And it will give you more specifically to a very specific one of those. Okay. You can do that at any time to get more topics. Okay. Number 3 option, we're going to go with keywords now. Okay, I'm going to close that one up. Okay, so we're going to go to answerthepublic.com. What we're going to do is we are going to put in our main keyword. Okay, so we're going to say coaching, copywriter coaching, maybe. Maybe I'll just go go freelancer. Freelance coaching. We'll just see what happens. Okay, give that a second because it does take a second to start pulling that information. Good. So I'm just going to ignore all this stuff. I'm going to scroll right down here. Where are we? Down here. Okay. whoa. Okay, so I scroll down to sort of the alphabeticals, and then I'm literally going to copy all this stuff. I'm just going to copy everything. Okay. Now, of course, like anything, the keyword you put in, the better your keyword is, the more specific this is going to be. I'm not teaching you how to write your keywords right now. That's not what we're talking about. This is about how to use this type of content for ChatGPT. So I'm just going to copy all of this. I'm going to open a spreadsheet, which I already have open, and I'm going to paste it all in here. And it's going to look like that. It's going to look like crap. And this is why I say this is the one that's going to be the most annoying. So if you're good at spreadsheets, you probably have a really good way to do this. I am not good at spreadsheets, so I'm going to have to take a minute to weed this out a bit. So I'm just going to sort from A to B. I'm also going to reset all these colors so it's like, okay. And then I'm going to delete all the crap that I don't want.
Awesome.
The goal is to just have the keywords here. And then just do a quick check to make sure that these all make sense for you. Take out anything that is a replica. And I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to click on things and delete them. Then you're going to take all of these and you're going to copy and paste these into ChatGPT. All right. This is the prompt. I'm going to start a new one though, just because I feel like it's cleaner. And I'm going to say topics, topic ideas on these keywords, use less than 80 characters. And then I'm going to delete that. I'm not going to take all of these, but because I didn't clean it up quite as good as I would have liked to, I'm going to take these. I'm just going to take these few. You can put the whole thing in though. And then I'm just going to shift enter and drop them in. And I'm going to let it run. And so now it's just pulling me short form. So the reason why I put the 80 characters in was just to show you that when you put different things in, it's listening to what you're saying, right? So if you don't want to use the 80 character thing, you want it to write you full sentences or give you more information, don't put the 80 character thing in, okay? So, but that's why that's why all of these are so short, is because I specifically asked it for only 80 characters, okay? And again, the deeper and more information you give that prompt, the better it's going to give you what you're actually looking for, okay? So option number 4, this is going to be content driven. What I mean here is that you're going to use either your own website, maybe a landing page, maybe you're going to use your own LinkedIn profile about section, maybe you're going to use a competitor, maybe you're going to use something like that, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually copy content that has already been written, and we're going to use that to build us more content ideas. So I'm going to just do this one last time though, without the 80 character thing, just so you can see the difference with these. Take out the 80 characters. Okay. And now, again, I don't know how many things we have now, but we definitely had 30 or 40, and now we have another 8, right? So we're just continually building this out. This will go a lot faster once you're not going through this with me and you're doing this on your own, because once you start just banging this out, you're going to get more than probably 100 in 50 minutes. You're going to probably get 100 in like 5 minutes once you use these prompts and start doing this. Okay, so content driven, I'm going to use Marie Forleo again, just because we already were using her. So I'm going to pull from one of her courses. Let's do the copy here. Okay. Here's the thing. If the chatbot is paying attention every time you're working in the chat, it's sort of still working off what you've already done. So if you want new and you're like, I just want to start fresh with this, open a new chat, or you can actually say to ChatGPT, ignore everything before this and start fresh. And it will ignore everything before, but I just like to start a new one. So give me topics again. Give me topic ideas that will make people want to come to comment because I want them to maybe engage, right? Want them to comment and engage. I'm just going to add that in and engage for target audience. So what were we doing? We're going to say freelance copywriters. Freelance copywriters. For freelance copywriters based on, and then we're going to copy and paste testimonials. Testimonials are really good because a lot of times in a testimonial, someone will actually talk about their pain points and what struggles they were going through and the outcome, which can really help the content tie the two things together for you. Okay, so we'll copy this one in. take that out, paste that in, and hit enter. Okay, so now it's just pulling ideas, right? So we can see that it's like the impact of copywriting on your brand image, your reputation, how to create a powerful brand message through words, the role of storytelling and copywriting, right? So you can do that with all of these testimonials. You could take every one of these and do it again. I'm just going to paste those in, and then I'm just going to come back up here, grab that starting point, paste that, and do it again. Okay, and so now here's another 10. So now I've got another 20 right already. How fast is this? This is amazing. God, I love this thing. Honest to freaking God. Okay, so that's one thing. You could also actually take, you know, a lot of times that copy like this would be probably a good one, really. 2, we'll take her, what she says there. I'm going to paste that first, and then I'm going to take my prompt and put it at the top, beginning, shift, enter, enter. I'm going to put quotes around this so it knows that I'm really talking about this stuff. Enter. Okay. And now again, more. Okay. So just right now, I don't know how long that took us, but we have 30 content ideas right here. Final one is using Facebook. Okay. So Facebook ads particularly. So what you need to know in Facebook is who are your competitors or doing something similar to you. They have to have a bigger audience, and they have to be running ads. Okay. So I'm going to use Marie because I know Marie is always running ads. So I'm going to take you to her Facebook. We're at her Facebook page. It has to be their page because that's where people run ads from. So you're going to go to the Facebook page, and you're going to, depending on the type of Facebook page it is, you'll find this in 2 different, it could be in one of 2 different areas. So either it will be right on this main page, you'll scroll down and you'll see this, or you'll have to click on about. And what I'm talking about is what you're looking for is page transparency. Okay. Hers is under the about. So we're going to go under about. We're going to click on page transparency. Then we're going to look for, this page is currently running ads. Of course it is. She's always running ads. So see all, go down, and it will say this page is currently running ads. Go to ad library. So we're going to click on that. It's going to open up the ad library. Then we're going to use her ads. I'm going to start a new chat here. We're going to use her ads to help us with content. Again, these are all very similar, right? It's just a matter of where we're pulling this content. We're going to use that as our prompt, and I'm going to use topic just to keep everything the same. Freelance copywriters based on this. So depending on what your thing looks like. Okay, so here's our ads. So we're going to literally take her ad content. So let's just take this stuff, and we're going to remove that and then paste that in. I don't want these in here just in case. Okay. And see what do we get? What do we come up with? Okay. Copywriting tips for bloggers, how to write posts that drive traffic and engagement. So you can see that when we bring in sort of content that's already made, that it can pull off of that and sort of live and thrive off of that to bring in more content. Now, this is not, we don't do this to copy people. We are just using this to help us generate more ideas and push us outside of the norms that we would normally think of. So I'm just going to look here. So this was the first one that we did. So we had, let me just see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 potential topics there with another, I'm going to use these ones, with another 8, which I can't add. So 58, yes I can, okay. Then we have 58, so we have 68, 78, 88, my brain, 88, 98, we're missing 2 topics. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then I'm going to take the art of headlines. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Sure. I'm going to take that one and I'm going to say, give me more like this. Okay.
100 topics. More. We did it. High fives. High fives, high fives, high fives. We did it.
It's all in the prompt, right? It's really understanding that the more clarification and details you can give ChatGPT, the better specifics you're going to get. Now, sometimes you're going to want it to be broad. And that's okay. Then just say, give me ideas around XYZ topic. That's cool. But if you're really trying to focus on a target audience, focus on pain points, focus on outcomes that are specific for what you actually do, these 5 ways are really, really good to help you pull that type of content and find that type of content using ChatGPT.